Chairman. I have to start out by saying that, I hear all these criticisms of the FDA. Sure, we could use more in-person inspection. Sure, we could have a lot more inspection. But in order to do that, you need money, you need staff, and the Republicans continue to try to cut back on the funding for the FDA and other federal agencies. If they have challenges, then the way to deal with it is to give them more tools and to give them more money so they can hire more staff. And I'm really afraid that what is going to happen instead is that rather than have equal treatment of, we could have equal treatment of foreign and domestic inspections, but I don't want that equal treatment to mean that we reduce both, which is what would happen if we don't fund the FDA adequately. But leaving that aside, the Food and Drug Administration's foreign inspection program is essential to ensuring that the food and medical products Americans rely on are safe. But this program faces challenges due to the complexity of foreign manufacturing and limited transparency from foreign manufacturers. And that's why today's hearing is important. We need to understand what more the agency can do to make sure Americans are consuming safe products regardless of where they come from. The issue of food and drug safety has been a longstanding bipartisan issue for this committee. Last Congress, in the subcommittee, we held a hearing with private industry and top FDA officials on the infant formula crisis, which stemmed from an unsanitary manufacturing plant producing contaminated formula. In 2019, we held a similar bipartisan hearing to this one where we looked specifically at FDA's Foreign Drug Inspection Program. And since then, the issues facing the program have become even more pronounced. Our food and drug supply chains are increasingly global, and the FDA cannot and does not rely on foreign regulators to consistently meet the high safety bar that Americans expect for our food and drugs. And that's why FDA has stepped in several times over the past year to coordinate national safety responses linked to contaminated products, including those imported from abroad. Working within its limited authorities, FDA has implemented national responses to protect Americans from contaminated drugs, eye drops, hand sanitizers, applesauce, and fresh fruit. But the agency still lacks critical tools that it could use to better prevent public health threats linked to our global market. For example, FDA has consistently told us that it lacks important authorities to prevent children from consuming potentially contaminated products. Specifically, the agency does not currently have the authority to require companies marketing food to young children to conduct toxic element testing and grant the agency access to testing records. There is also significant gaps in the agency's authorities when it comes to monitoring the drug supply chain. FDA still lacks critical insights into the sourcing of key active pharmaceutical ingredients for important drugs. The agency also faces longstanding structural challenges in its foreign drug inspection program, including staff retention, translation issues, and the need for advanced coordination with foreign governments and companies to inspect a plant's operations. And I hope Congress can be a partner to FDA as it explores how to reinvigorate its foreign inspection programs in the aftermath of COVID-19 when travel restrictions impeded its ability to work abroad. At the same time, we should also recognize that new tools will be required to keep tabs on our growing global market and keep Americans safe. For example, FDA has requested additional authorities to conduct remote inspections, which could include live streaming videos of plant operations, teleconferences, and screen sharing technologies. These proposals would allow FDA to protect the public health when its capacity for in-person inspections is stretched thin, like during public health emergencies. So I hope Congress can come together and figure out how to support FDA as it explores new tools to address the challenges of a global market. It's important that we work together to give FDA the resources and authorities it needs to strengthen its foreign inspection programs to protect Americans. All I'm simply asking my colleagues on the other side, we understand that FDA has challenges. We understand they have limited resources and limited staff. But the answer is to provide them with more resources and more staff and more authority, not to say that we should scrap them. Some have advocated we shouldn't even have an FDA, or that we should, cut back on the money we give them, or somehow say, okay, well, we don't inspect abroad, so we shouldn't inspect here either because it has to be equal. I mean, that's not the answer. So with that, I yield back, Mr. Chairman, and thank you and the panel. Thank you again.